You're listening to ABC North, Mid-North and Coffs Coast. It is 21 to 11. Fiona Wyllie here, and losing a loved one through suicide is devastating. Today, a story about a family helping others after losing their son. And to take us through what's happened, I'm joined by Brian Beesley. He's from Gloucester Rotary and he's on the Australian Rotary Health Board. He's a member there and joins us this morning. Hello, Brian.
Hello, Fiona, and thanks very much for allowing us time on the radio.
Well, it's good to hear about how people deal with things, and you might take us back to the family, the Miller family, and what happened to them.
Well, unfortunately, their son passed away. He suffered from depression, and there's always a good side to something that comes out from this. And Michelle and Clint, the mum and dad, there was a GoFund page set up to support the family financially, and there was some residual money from that, and Clint and Michelle decided to donate it to Australian Rotary Health, and specifically it's going to be used in the Lift the Lid campaign, which is to increase the awareness of mental health issues and particularly to research the causes and the remedies for those things, Fiona.
Tell us about the organisation that Rotary has, which is the Mental Health Board.
Australian Rotary Health is just an amazing organisation. It's one of the few things that I can really tell you that is 100% of the donations that are made now go to the end recipient, and it's a research fund. And the way I look at it is this, is that if I came into you and you asked me how I was and I said I had a headache, you would say, oh, that's unfortunate, can I get you a tablet? If I came in and I had a cut in my arm, you'd help me. Unfortunately, when somebody comes in and they say, look, I really need a bit of a hand, I'm sort of suffering a little bit from a mental health issue, we don't know how to handle that. And so Australian Rotary Health has started a Lift the Lid campaign, which is to raise awareness, raise funds particularly to research all the mental health issues. And how that's done, Fiona, is that the monies are used through the researchers in all of the universities, the major universities in Australia. So the funds that are raised in Perth are used in that area, same in New South Wales, Queensland and Victoria. And it's just an amazing way of people being able to give to the community, and particularly Christmas time, when sometimes we're endowed with gifts that we don't really need. I know my family are helping out by donating to Australian Rotary Health.
So instead of giving maybe a goat to a village in Africa, you're actually, your family give to this research fund.
Australian Rotary Health, that's exactly right. And all of the funds are 100% tax deductible and they're used totally on research. There's no management fees at all. So it's a wonderful way of donating.
Are we getting to know more about the triggers and the ways that we can help people? You know, there are courses now on mental health first aid. There
certainly are. And one of the things, and I'm certainly no doctor, but one of the things that I have learnt, probably the most significant thing I've learnt, is to spend time with somebody. When you look at somebody, perhaps you can notice things in them that they can't notice in themselves. Sometimes they've got their hands out crying for help, and we just need to spend time with those people. And the beautiful part about research is that it helps us, it gives us the tools to be able to do that. And maybe in the future there'll be a magic tablet or whatever, I don't know. But certainly the research is going on looking for those magic for it.
And your role as a board member, what does that involve?
Yes, I cover a Rotary district, which is two Rotary districts, District 9650 and 9670, so roughly from the Queensland border out to Lightning Ridge, down around through Dubbo and Newcastle, all of the donors and the lovely Rotarians who raise funds in those areas. And our role is to administer those funds and to work with the researchers. We don't select the research projects. We just administer the funds, and the research projects are selected by scientists in the field who are trained and can really search out the best. And to give you an example, last year there was $1.3 million donated to fund 12 researchers, but there were 300 applicants. So you can see the dire need for research money.
Any regional universities doing any sort of research work around mental health?
Certainly are, all of the universities. So I can't speak specifically about Coffs Harbour, but I know Newcastle has received funding, certainly several in the metropolitan area of Sydney. But the research research is done specifically on the need and the researcher's particular orientation towards their project. It's not necessarily to try and fund one particular university in preference to another. It is based solely on the research capabilities as assessed by the team.
Brian Beesley, thanks for joining us today, and I hope the $3,000 that was given by the Miller family can help find some answers.
So do we all.
Brian Beesley from Gloucester Rotary, and he's on the Australian Rotary Health Board, a member for 2 zones. It's 16 to 11. You're listening to ABC Coffs, Mid-North and North Coast.